All right, Mike. We got the Bobcat. It's been in here for a little while waiting on parts. Besides that...
Yep, front wheel bearings.
Okay.
This is what it came in with.
That's really bad.
It's pretty loose.
Do it from the side so we can see that
We got
motion.
everything going on here.
Yeah, that's... Yep.
The problem with that is when you let that go for so long, it kind of eggs out the axle tube. So, but the new bearings, they really want you to pack them with grease instead of running a chain case oil through the tube. So
Yep.
I think it's a problem. So we're going to end up siliconing the seal just to pretty much keep dirt out and not worry about the chain case oil coming back this way.
Right.
If you look down in the machine, you can see that there's big sprockets. I got the inner bolt off, and that splines onto a shaft, and we're going to try to pull that axle shaft out of the sprocket and the bearing.
And this is a... sorry to interrupt.
Yep.
This is a customer's vehicle.
Yeah,
this isn't
customer's
ours.
machine.
We have a lot of stuff, but this isn't ours.
Right. And we're going to try to just make this thing work.
Yep.
Again, as you can see, it's...
Right. Now you got this side back together already.
We did this side and put it back together. No sense in filming two sides. You can see us maybe struggle with this side.
Was there any difference though
It's the exact same job.
Yeah, it's the exact same job. Was there any difference in the damage or what we have to do about it?
Hopefully it looks about the same over here, which the only real damage is the axle tube, which is actually the frame structure. So
yes,
and if you're not worried about oil splashing in the chain case coming out, like I said, we packed inner and outer bearings with grease, and then I've got a seal siliconed in on the weird spots over there, and we're going to try to keep it together like that. Everybody talks about getting another machine and this and that, and this could last another, but like I say, they've been running this thing for a while. Nobody ever did anything about fixing it for, I would say, it's been going on a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Good people, but everybody's running.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you do more damage.
So. Right. Now, we'll emphasize something you said a minute ago. People might not have caught. That axle tube is integral to that bottom frame, the whole
welded to this frame, which runs the length of the machine. You're talking crazy. I mean, why would you? Nobody ever. I don't know. Maybe somebody does. But I don't think anybody ever fixes that with a new frame structure. And you could say, oh, you could put a new... Yeah, somebody could.
Yeah.
It's pretty precision. You got two opposing taper bearings. But we're going to try to get around it.
That's right.
Make it work again.
Not that I've been to dealers who do this stuff, but it occurs to me that they wouldn't even want to do the fix here. They'd want to replace the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't even know. I didn't research it. I don't know if there is a fix, or they just say, hey, look, you need a new frame structure under there. I mean, I'm just talking, but as you can see, it's one part of that whole undercarriage there.
Yeah.
And
if anybody's been through it or something, put it in the comments what they do.
You could tell me, but the other thing is, it's like anybody, as soon as their transmission goes in their car, they buy a new car. A lot of people that and with a business, they don't even half the time want to deal with it. If there's a machine on the lot, they buy one.
Capital expenditure off in 5 years.
So you can take that for what it's worth too, but there's no way they were going to put a new structure under this machine.
Yeah. Mike, before we get into that job, we were also talking about the front ends of these things, how they get worn out and bent up.
This quick attach is kind of a universal unit on a lot of machines, and unfortunately they really get beat up. Obviously everybody that's in the machine business knows that this just goes into a V slot and the pins come down. This has got a hydraulic cylinder to do it, but unfortunately you get a lot of this. You can see it's cracked over here. This steel wears, and you get a lot of slop in there, and under very extreme circumstances, the attachment can actually roll off the machine. Only because you're not really paying attention that your machine, or you don't care, that your machine has been worn. And but it's a great thing, but everybody's working them hard. And
you're saying, what is about $700 to replace that front piece? Or
I did a John Deere twice already because it gets worked pretty hard. 332 skid steer, and this plate was like $700 years ago. Which,
Years ago.
it's a lot of steel there. It's
Yeah.
a lot of
Right.
and it's totally worth it to keep somebody from getting killed.
Yep.
But you know,
Can probably start wearing out your attachments that go onto the thing
yeah,
too,
the
right?
buckets and everything start getting worn. I mean, I've put thin plates on after I've fixed them
Yeah.
to try to shim them to make them tighter. And
Yeah.
you can, you could, if you work on your own stuff, you can get around a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But people that don't repair their own equipment,
Right.
you know, they're not going to play around at the
Yeah.
dealers with it. You need we're not going to take liability for that.
No, no.
You know, this guy runs a mixer off the front of this.
Vibration.
Mixer. He's got a bucket.
Yeah.
Of course, you start fooling around. You do have that potential once everything starts wearing.
Right. Once it wears, it starts
roll off of it.
wearing faster.
I've only seen one time where a bucket came off,
Yeah.
and but yeah, it's like anything. Everything needs maintenance. Everything needs
Yeah.
care, and
Yeah.
you don't hurt anybody in the process of lack of. This obviously isn't a danger. It's just, unfortunately, it does more damage from ignoring it.
You can't help but know what's going on though, when you're operating.
He told me. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't work with this machine.
Right.
I just try to fix what he wants on his vehicles, I know he told me about this a while ago, and nobody ever said, "Hey, you want to fix it?" They were just,
Yeah.
it's good. Yeah, it's not good.
Keep going. Keep going.
Right. So I think that's the mentality. I'm going to run it as long as I'm making money,
Yeah.
and then I'll go get another machine and
Yeah.
knock my income down
Or-
for next year.
Or save it to the winter.
This
Where.
is where we are now.
Of course, this has been probably a number of winters that
Yeah.
could have happened.
Yeah, and a lot of times you'll hear it. I mean, you
Yeah.
guys know that you're in the repair business too, and they'll say, "Oh, I'll fix it in the winter." Of course, if the money's not rolling in
Yeah.
the winter,
Yeah. Yeah.
or you're using it for snow removal, you
Right.
don't see the machine, and the years go by, and that's what you get.
Yep.
They're good people. It's just we're going to try to make it
Yeah.
do the best we can to get them going, and
Yeah. And they are expensive. That's
they're
for
expensive. Yeah, I wouldn't want to give a price on this.
Yeah.
Other people that are really into it would know, but everything is 50, 60, 70, 80, 100,000 bucks now
Sure. It's crazy.
for stuff, and maybe this is a little less. I don't know. I doubt it. But
Well, I can put this on the tripod, and we can get into it.
yeah, we're gonna try to pop that axle out of there, and then I'm gonna have to put it in the press. And yesterday it took all the press to pop it loose.
Could be Michael.
Let me just verify that. I thought I heard a noise, Michael, but I didn't know. Then I saw the pickup. So we're on film now, Michael. So,
Hi, Michael.
hey. And I don't know, for the other crowd, or maybe the same crowd is interested, Michael did acquire a few more tractors last week. We'll get into those. Maybe.
Yeah.
This is nuts and bolts and a little bit of a struggle, and hopefully it's not any more of a struggle than it was yesterday doing the other side after work.
Michael, you took some footage on another, like a camera or something that I could get from you?
I got a GoPro
Oh, you did? Recently? Just.
a few months ago.
Oh, okay. Great.
I'll
Good deal.
have to send you the.
I can even get. I brought my laptop over, so we could even transfer it card wise. I know some of those files are huge.
Get grease on here already.
Did you from what?
Tube grease.
Oh. Oh, let's see how. Oh, look at there, she goes. The inner bearing. So, obviously, I'm going to take that. Well, I don't really need to. I want to leave it in for when we put it in the press, push it on the bolt. We can dig this, what's left of the bearing out of here. There's no, I'll throw it in here for now.
Do you have the bearing parts for the other side? You did rid of them already.
No, they're here.
Okay, I'll show 'em
Yep.
on camera. They got pretty tore up.
Nothing left to them.
Right.
Seal parts, and here's the rollers. I mean, obviously, anybody who knows what bearing looks like, you can tell, but
Yeah.
I gotta clean out the tube after.
This is junk coming out of that tube. And there's the bearing parts. Got totally tore up. Coming out. And that's not coming out. I mean, during use. Totally egg-shaped. Really egg-shaped. Chipped. Anyway.
Yep, destroyed.
Yep.
Yeah, that doesn't happen in 5 minutes. Now we're gonna get a slide hammer out to get that outer. I call it a race. I don't know if everybody else calls it a bearing cup or something. I don't know.
Mike, was that thing ready to just pull right out of there? Or
Well, I took the bolt off the inside
okay.
that holds the sprocket on, which is
Oh.
up against the inner
Okay.
bearing.
From the top here.
I'll show
Okay.
for anybody who's interested. I'll show it after.
Yeah,
Um,
because I had not seen how these things.
What did the other day I had my, anyway, put them in here. We tried to do the, we're gonna get the kit here. This is what these are for. Hopefully we can knock her out. This is like rear ends on a car when you have a tapered bearing back there on an axle shaft.
Yep.
This is about the right size for this. Get this axle a little bit out of the way here. See how bad that axle is, but hopefully it's... So you put it in there, and then you put it up against there, and hope screw it out more. Just to make, there we go. Let's see if we can get this one out of here like this. And it will do that, because hopefully we can. Come on. What happened here? Could be a little bit. What happened? Did it break it? No, this is a good OTC. Of course it didn't break. It just won't grab the. There it goes. Don't get your hand in there. Usually, once it starts. Come on, baby! This one's being a little more stubborn than the other side.
Is it actually grabbing the whole diameter, or is it?
I think it
grab-
could stand to be a little larger
Yeah.
because it wants to bypass.
Yeah.
Because of course you use what you have,
Yep.
and if it was another, probably needs to be another, I don't know, maybe an eighth. Hoping. I think it's moving it. But let's go sideways here. See if we can. Come on. Let me look in there. Get a rag and see if it has moved. Of course. Watch out for sharp bearing pieces. Doesn't matter if it's moved, it's got to come out one way or another, but Sure, I could. I don't really want to warm up the tube. Get it out a little easier, but I'm hoping to do it without doing that. Let's try it again. Boy.
I don't see it moving.
Put my glasses on and look at it. She's in there, which is a good thing, but let's see. I think it has backed out a little bit.
Okay,
Believe it
I
or
did,
not.
in the
Look at
last
light.
number of strokes,
We're
I
talking-
didn't see it budge, but
A little bit, but
tripod.
yeah, I think it's pulled away a hair, but
It's good.
there's other ways to get it. We're trying to be as least invasive. Hopefully that tube isn't so screwy that it comes up on weird burrs or something in the bite in there, baby. Come on. Man, you need a little larger diameter there. Isn't too bad because you take a bar and you just pop it into the chain case. Of course. That's good. Let's see if we can just relieve this. bearing cup, I guess the guys like to call them. I call it a race, I don't know. Knock that in with a bar. That's not too bad. Because we just knock it into the chain case with this. See it here. Pick up a lip. Yep, sure we could film that.
Yeah.
And let's see
Got
how
it.
goes.
Come through the chain.
Yeah, it's just gonna come.
Yep. Okay. It's coming. If you
Trying to
could
get
go,
the top a little
yeah,
closer.
exactly.
It's hard because
Yeah,
obviously it weighs.
gravity. I could hold it, put my finger up
You
in
want to
there.
hold it up? I won't keep it.
I know, right? Okay.
Try to hold it against the top. You need a glove?
I got a glove on.
Yeah, I'm just
Go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Well, they don't put a lot of lip.
No. Not too far.
Okay. Yeah, I went through. All right, we could maybe try the top again. I don't know.
Alright, grab it.
Yep.
And then when you're ready.
All right, give it a whirl. Okay. Again. Huh. All right,
Again.
right there. Boy, that side's
Do the bottom.
okay. Yeah, it's coming. I think it'll come out of. Yeah, it's coming. Walking it out. Great.
Okay. Here's that fight.
Okay.
You got her.
Alright.